Wild Thyme Cooking with Allison Davis is brought to you by Corman Kitchen and Bath.
Hi there, welcome back to Midday Kentucky. Chef Allison Davis here in the Wild Thyme Kitchen. And this week I've been talking about just classic American dishes, a few of which I think are classic Kentucky dishes as well, and this one is certainly no exception. We're talking fried chicken, and I do have a little twist on our breading. I'm used to just always grow up with just kind of a flour, seasoned flour breading, and you know, you can't have it without flour, of course. So we're going to add some all-purpose flour into our breading, but I have to give credit to Chef Jason Smith, a Food Network star, because he turned me onto this, and it really makes the biggest difference in creating this crust, this crispiness on the outside of the chicken, and that is grits. We're adding some Weisenberger mill grits into our flour, just a little bit, and what that's going to do is when it fries, you're going to get that nice crisp crunch on the outside of your chicken. So trust me when I say it works. Try some grits in your flour next time you fry your chicken. All right, so we're going to season this up. I always like to go with a little bit of Cajun seasoning, just a little, right? Some garlic powder, onion powder, and smoked paprika. And then of course we have to add our salt to season up this flour. Whatever your flour, and I've had people kind of say, I never thought of it, but I usually will taste my flour mixture before I ever add the chicken to it, because whatever this seasoned flour tastes like, that is what your chicken's going to taste like. So I like it to have some nice bit of salt there. All right, so we're just going to take this and mix it in. So again, garlic powder, onion powder, Cajun seasoning, salt. We've got a little bit of grit in there and our all-purpose flour. All right, so that's our breading. I have been brining our chicken overnight in a buttermilk brine. This is buttermilk and Frank's hot sauce, that's it. And we just let that sit and kind of hang out all night, and what that does is it just adds more flavor. The chicken's going to be super juicy and just rich. So it's been soaking in buttermilk, so we drain it kind of just in a colander after it's been soaking, excuse me. And then we're going to go straight into the flour. This is not like your standard breading like we have with cutlets. You just go straight from the buttermilk or brine and then right into your seasoned flour. We have some oil here. I like using a wok because it's nice and deep, but a cast iron pan is probably the most traditional. And we're going to take our chicken and we're just going to lay it right into that hot oil, and it's just going to start to bubble and sizzle up. And the way to really getting a crisp fried chicken, you want to make sure your oil is at least at 350, if not 375 degrees. All right, we're going to let that sit. I'm going to start on another, and then I've got to mention a key point when frying anything, especially when you're frying chicken. You always have to pause and kind of wait about 30 seconds to a minute between each batch so that your oil has time to come back up to that fry temperature. So right now, the temperature of the oil is going down because we added cold chicken into it. It's still frying and nice, and it's going to be nice and crispy. But for this next batch, if we want it to be equally as crispy, we have to pause, we have to wait, let that oil temperature come back up, and then we'll add that second batch. It's all about consistency, and it's all about timing in order to get that crispy skin. All right, what I typically do when I'm frying is I don't fry them all the way in the fryer. I will let them get that nice brown crispy exterior, and then I'll finish them in the oven at like 425 degrees so that the inside of the chicken can finish cooking. I can get the frying out of the way, and they're just good to go. I always like to have kind of a wire rack or at least a paper towel lined sheet, something that you can put your chicken on when it comes out. This is really handy. This is called a spider, or at least a slotted spoon, when you're pulling that chicken out. If you can take a look at that, you can see how that grit is already around the exterior of that chicken, and it is really going to help to add this crispiness to it. All right, I'm going to let those go for just a minute. We're going to pull these out, fry a few more, and then we're going to eat these. There's no question about it. All right, you guys know where to find this recipe. I'll give you the recipe for my seasoned flour with the grit and our buttermilk brine. Go to middaykentucky.com/recipes tab. I'm Chef Allison Davis. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be right back after this short break.